Hi, it's Rick Gagey, and I'm making videos to remind myself about the idea of enjoying easier and the importance of making stuff as easy as we can. And this video is about the White Mountains. And my friend Stephen took me there 20 odd years ago, and we piled into my 1985 Volkswagen van, and we drove down to a valley that had once been really beautiful, but all the water was taken from it to give to the people in Los Angeles. And it was very dry and scrubby. And we drove down to a place called Lone Pine. And we turned left, and we climbed way up into the mountains. I forget how high. I'm not good with numbers anymore. The number 11 comes in 11,000 feet or something. We passed by a very old grove of trees called bristlecone pines. And as we kept going higher and higher to this parking lot, way above the tree line, we actually had to back up because the motor wasn't strong enough with the thinner air. So we had to back up this final hill. And we got up to this parking lot, and it was just filled with rocks. I think it's called scree. The rocks are very slippery, you know? And it was so high. And we set up camp, and we had to put chicken wire around the car because there were little animals like groundhogs called marmots. And the marmots had up there had developed an addiction to brake fluid and to antifreeze, and they would bite the lines and they would drink this stuff. And we thought, it'd be good to have some brakes to go back down the mountains. So we took some, Stephen knew how to do this. We took some chicken wire, and we'd been watching for a long time to see when the snow had gone. And the snow had only recently gone. It was very dry, but also incredibly hot, but it was freezing cold in the wintertime, or at night rather, like freezing like the winter. And the next day, I put on this warm poncho again and a hat that came down over my ears, and we started out before dawn with headlights, and we were climbing up the mountain, and Stephen was way ahead of me. And I had a stick that I chopped up when Stephen died. I kept it, and it was terrible climbing up this mountain. The footing was like always sliding, and I wasn't in good shape, and I was wheezing, and I had an oximeter, and I keep checking my oxygen levels in my blood like I do now because of the COVID stuff. And whenever my blood would be lacking in oxygen, I would take a little sip of grape juice, and I would do these breathing exercises and get my oxygen levels way back up, and then I could take some more steps. And when I was almost at the top, and Stephen had gone up there and had come back, and when I was almost at the top of White Mountain, I literally could not move, and I was angry at Stephen for getting me into this mess, and what was I doing, and how was I going to get back, and I was panicking, and it was tough. And I could take maybe 2 steps, and then my oxygen level would fall down, and I'd have to, take another sip, like measuring out this grape juice like it was, super. Well, it was super valuable. And I got to the top of White Mountain, and there's a house up there that was built during World War II, a little shack, and apparently it's got weather equipment in it now. Um, and I walked around there for a long time, and I meditated, and Stephen had hung up some Buddhist prayer flags. Uh, uh, and then I went and I looked. He told me how to do this, and I looked down, I guess to the east of this little stone house, and I was looking down at Death Valley. And if I looked to the north, I just saw this chain of mountaintops. They're called the White Mountains. And if I looked west, there were more mountains. But there was water in the air. You could see the mist, I guess. And I stayed there for a long time until I realized I didn't want to walk down at night. And I'd taken some powdered corn. I forget what it's called, pinole or something like that. And I was eating the powdered corn, and it gave me energy, and doing these breathing exercises and just focusing one step at a time. And I hated it. Oh my God, I was suffering like crazy. And I got back to where the van was, and I was angry at Stephen. I said, "What did you get me into? This almost killed me. I thought I was going to die so many times." And he just looked at me and nodded. He knew. And we stayed there for days, and we would meditate all day and meditate all night, and he taught me all kinds of stuff, and I taught him all kinds of stuff. And then we got back in the van and very slowly drove home, and it was one of the most wonderful experiences of my life. It had reminded me all the other times I'd almost died and come close to dying and had taken crazy risks and had been like so alone, I was scared when Stephen said, "Well, you'll make it, and if you don't, well, no shame in turning around, but you won't know what the top is like." He evoked my curiosity, and so I am so happy that I knew this dear man, Stephen. Stephen Aldridge was his name. And I go to the White Mountains very often. And he, while we were there, taught me this meditation that I use all the time called the Blue Pearl. I made a video already about it. So I hope you found this video to be useful in making your life a bit easier or enjoyable. And I made it for you, sort of, but I mainly made this for me because I know that I'm forgetting and I'm changing stories, and I'm kind of curious about, okay, so this is the White Mountain story as of August the something 2020. What will it be like in 2025? Will the story have changed? And because our stories always change, don't they? Like what we think is true now is we realize, oh, I forgot this part, I forgot that part. It's part of being alive, I guess. And so thank you very much for watching, and I encourage you, you've had experiences too that you may not think they were you may think they were a failure, but you kept going. Something in you got curious, and some miracle happened, and so now I'm old. I think I'm old, but I hope I get older. And and I'm always looking for miracles now. My friend Lauren Smith said, "You white guys, boy, you love miracles, but you miss all the little ones because you're looking for the big ones all the time." And so I look for little miracles like plants growing and birds chirping and chirping. So make your videos and put them out there. You never know who's going to watch them. That's the nice thing about this. Whoever their soul will lead them to your droppings. It's like these kind of videos are a little bit like bird poop, It's got seeds in it. Okay, bye.